what is up, you fucks? We are back with another edition of Doom Scroll Cast with me, your boy Lord Botha, and we have so many topics to discuss today. A lot of pricing topics to discuss today. Hope you guys are doing all right tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of in a sleep-induced stupor right now because I passed out on my couch and I woke up I don't know, 10 minutes ago? 10, 20 minutes ago. And it was one of those things where it's like I passed out and then I woke up and now I feel more tired after that. I don't know. But we're here. We're doing the stream. We got stuff we got to talk about. If you're unfamiliar with the show, on the Doom Scroll Cast, what we do is we go through several topical topics of the day in the entertainment industry, whether that is video games, TV, movies, all that good stuff. Sometimes politics. This is the one place where I kind of let my political flag fly. You get to understand exactly where I stand politically. Try to keep politics out of most everything else. Videos and all that, etc. But yeah, so we will do that, and then we will do at the end what we call the Doom Scroll, where if you're not familiar, I just literally live scroll Twitter, raw dog Twitter, and we see what we see and we react to it. I haven't come across anything too egregious that would get me, flagged by YouTube or in trouble, stuff like that. So, I haven't had any of that yet. Interestingly enough, when you don't like or interact with that kind of stuff on your main, you don't get that in your news feed. So it's weird. It's weird how that happens, right? But anyway, I got the sleepy squints. I'm probably squinting a whole lot now. So I look more Asian than I actually normally do. But yeah, we're gonna go through several topics today. We got on the docket Steam machine price. It dropped this week. It's fucking stupid. We got GTA 6 price drop just today. Or today, we'll say that. It's fucking stupid. And then we got several other things. We got Supergirl. Just came out. Bunch of reviews are in. It's ass. We might talk about that a little bit. We got several other small things to discuss as well here. What we got on the docket? We got let's see here. Tim Sweeney. Tim Sweeney's been running his mouth about why live service games are failing. Here's a news flash. He's mostly wrong in his assessment. He's slightly right, mostly wrong. But yeah, we're in a new era of video game movie adaptations. It's solidified now because we're getting movie adaptations of video games that don't really make sense, or it's kind of like, why are we starting there? Why are we starting there? We might talk about that. Anyway, so many topics to cover, but we're going to cover all of them, and then we're going to do the Doom Scroll Cast. Hope you guys are having a good night. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're checking out the stream on the VOD, really appreciate you guys. All of you guys are what make this whole thing go around. The fact that anybody takes their time to even check out whatever the fuck I'm doing here, I really appreciate that. So we're gonna go through it now, and let's just start with GTA. What do we say about that, huh? What do we say of starting a GTA? Oh, let me bring it up here. Okay. All right. Skadoosh. All right. We'll go ahead and we'll bump that up. There we go. All right. So, GTA 6 price got dropped today. Release date is apparently going to be November 19th. I found that out today myself, too. I don't know if that had been discussed or dropped earlier, or if that's just news, too. But November 19th is the expected drop date for GTA 6. And the price they're talking about here is that GTA 6, discussing film reporting here, but everybody's pretty much reporting it, GTA 6 will officially cost $80, $79.99. The Ultimate Edition will cost $100. And a lot of people, your initial opinion when you take a look at that price is like, hey man, $80 for GTA 6. It's probably going to be like one of those defining games of the decade. You know, it's taken so long, so much money to produce. And, you know, it's such a cultural icon franchise. We almost understand the $80 price tag, right? It's almost justified, $80 price tag, because it's different. It's a different tier, really, of gaming than just the normal video game, right? Unfortunately, there are some stipulations as to why the $80 versus the $100 is a bit bullshit. Now, as compared to something like Mario Kart World that released, and Mario Kart World released, it was quite clearly missing content, especially with the amount of stuff they added after the game had come out, that charging $80 for Mario Kart World is, let's just be real, it's retarded. It's super uber duper pooper scooper to the max retarded to charge $80 for Mario Kart World. And Nintendo is out of their fucking mind. A giant fucking fly in this room too, flying around. It's fucking annoying. So we're going to have to deal with that. Maybe I smell like shit and that's why it's all over here. But anyway. Or maybe it can smell the shit off of this price tag that Rockstar's trying to put on their game. Because there's a lot of bullshit to come with this pricing. Because the Ultimate Edition, the $100 edition, is actually the standard game. And what I mean by that is that the $80 version comes with all the basic stuff, right? Your main storyline, shops, side quests, whatever. But the $100 version comes with a whole bunch of extra stuff that you probably want with it. I got to deal with this fly situation. I'll be right back and we'll discuss more of why this is bullshit. I'm back. I don't know where the fly went. When I opened the door to go get my fly swatter, maybe it vamoosed out of the room. We'll see. Anyway, where were we? Okay. We're talking shit on GTA's price because it's bullshit. So, why is this pricing bullshit? Well, let's take a look here. So, Pirate Nation states here, Grand Theft Auto 6 locks access to several in-game stores and customization options behind its Ultimate Edition. This includes specific tattoo shops, mod shops for vehicle upgrades, and certain custom vehicle features, which are only available with higher tier. Other stores remain accessible in the standard edition. So we still have the stores that, the poors can go to. You poors who can't afford the rest of the stores, you can go to there instead. So this is bullshit? Yes, it is. It's absolute bullshit. It's as bullshit as the fly that's in my room right now, Jack of all casuals, and I can't get it to fucking go away. I hear it. This giant fucking ass floating around here. Anyway, more than that. So Discussing Film has several things outlined here. It's not just all the stuff that Pirate Nation says here, but it's not just exclusive vehicles, weapons, and outfits, or exclusive car modification shops. It's also exclusive facial hair, tattoo, nail, and makeup customization. Basically, the whole fucking barber shop. You want to customize your character? Customize the main characters? The basic fucking shit that comes with GTA 5? Gonna have to pay extra. Special locations. What the fuck does that mean? Additional activities spread through Jason and Lucia's story. So, basically, what it sounds like bigger side quests. So, hold on. That motherfucker. That was a direct hit. And he shrugged it off. The motherfucker shrugged it. He's like fucking Jason. Fucking Jason Voorhees of flies. Anyway, I think I hit him. He fell onto my desk. Crawled around for a little bit. Jumped the fuck off. And now I don't hear him anymore. I think I popped him. I think I showed him that Lord Botha runs this bitch and he needs to mind his business. And he ain't gonna be back. At the very least, alright? So hopefully that fly will fuck off now. Now he's about to bounce, alright? Today is forecast dark and cloudy with chance of drive-by. If you know what I'm referencing there, you're a real one. The other bad thing, Rockstar set the standard from $80 standard edition, $100 for deluxe. Set the standard? No, I think it's been trending that way for a while, especially with what Nintendo did. And I think that there's going to be future games, especially the fucking Sony ponies. I mean, God of War, Laufey. I would not be surprised if they priced that motherfucker at $80 because it's Sony and they're stupid. And there are going to be games that come out now that are going to be priced at $80. You don't think fucking Ubisoft is going to price their games at $80? They're Assassin's Creed. They're bloated fucking modern Assassin's Creed games. No. Bro, if they price Assassin's Creed Hex at $80, Ubisoft earns whatever massive failure that is. Because that's fucking retarded. The game is in development hell. It's reportedly, from what the story is, something that nobody wants and is a product of like 2019 social structure. And it's gonna be dead on arrival. But the future games, yes, they're gonna be $80. Now, if there comes about, now I don't think you're gonna see online service games sell for this amount. But the AAA cinematic heavy single player games, you're definitely going to see at this price. I think if some like James Bond, like 007 First Light that just came out, I think if that releases 2 years from now instead of this year, probably they'd be priced at $80. It's not an $80 game, and it would fail at an $80 price tag. But it wouldn't shock me if IO would want to put it at $80 if it came out 2 years from now, which it's not. So I guess there's that. But yeah, this sounds like a lot of stuff that should be considered or was considered part of just GTA 5 is now being locked behind a paywall in GTA 6. And not only that, but also we have to consider that there is no physical version of this game. There's no physical version of this game because let me see if I have it saved here. Let me see if I have it saved. I don't know if I let's see. I don't have it saved, but basically the reports are in that the physical version of GTA 6 is going to be a key card. So you're gonna buy a box is what it is. Now, I don't think there's any word on whether or not the physical version is gonna cost more. I don't think it will, because that's retarded. But if you buy a physical version of a game, GTA 6, physical version of GTA 6, you're getting a box with basically a key card slip in it to download a digital version. You're not buying a physical version of the game. You're buying a case that doesn't even hold a CD in it. What? It's so fucking stupid. Why would you? And there are some motherfucker, dude. You gotta take a look at some of this. You guys gotta see this, man. We have motherfuckers, and this is not the only guy posting this. This guy right here, proud owner of Grand Theft Auto 6. Owner? Really? Owner? Motherfucker, you don't have it on physical. You don't own it. That's the big joke about that, is that in an era where you have fucking Ubisoft and these other companies, these other publishers telling you, hey, you don't actually own your games. You own a license to play a digital copy of the game. And now this company coming out and saying, hey, The physical copy of the game you buy, it's going to be a key card. So you don't actually own it. You're just buying the license still. And we have motherfuckers out here being like, I'm a proud owner. Bitch, you don't own shit. You own a copy of the license that they can yank at any time. This is the same reason I stopped buying collector's editions when they stopped including the physical game. So in the way, making you buy it twice. You don't own your virtual copy. Yes, exactly. Yeah, unless there is like actual like decent, thick, meaty, pulsing, throbbing content that is attached to a deluxe edition or ultimate edition, whatever the fuck they want to call it. There's absolutely no reason to buy the ultimate editions or deluxe editions of anything, right? Even though there's many motherfuckers out there, probably millions of motherfuckers out there that buy the deluxe edition, ultimate edition, gold editions, platinum fucking editions of every iteration of FIFA and 2K and Madden out there. Just raking in the dollars that way. I mean, that's why they still make them. That's why they still make those sports games. It's because they rack in the money from the pay pig audience. That's just the way it is. So, yeah, it's absolutely insane that we got motherfuckers out there saying things like that. And here's the thing. Will this affect the success of GTA? Fuck no. Because GTA 6 is going to be probably the biggest launch of the decade. They're going to make their money back within the first week. And then some. Like, within the first hour, they're going to sell millions of copies. Hell, they've probably sold millions of pre-orders already. These motherfuckers are going to make their money back. The like $1 billion they spent on making this game over the course of like 10 years. They're going to make their money back in shark cards for GTA Online alone. It's that easy for them. And the wild thing is that they could have just, I don't know why they didn't just say it's $100 for fucking everything. The smarter play to seem like you are more consumer friendly and authentic to your audience. And authenticity is the currency of not just the present, but also the future when it comes to public relations and entertainment. They could have just said, hey guys, we're going to give you fucking everything. We're not going to paywall any content. There's not going to be any deluxe editions, no like step ups, anything like that. However, it's going to be a flat $100 for everybody. And I think people would have accepted that. Most people had accepted the fact that they were probably going to pay $100 for GTA 6. I think that was a foregone conclusion by everybody. I expected to pay $100 for GTA 6. But to do the scumbaggy thing and come out and be like, hey guys, it's actually only $80. When in reality, it's $80 for a base game that's missing a whole bunch of parts that sound like they should be standard parts of the game. And then you have to pay for the $100 edition that should have been just the standard edition in the first place. That's trying to be manipulative. You're manipulating people into thinking you're doing them a solid, you're cutting them a deal, when in reality you're not. And that turns people off. And if GTA 6 isn't good, by the way, with all the fanboys and all the hype around it out there, it's going to be very difficult for them to drop the ball on this one. It's going to be very difficult for them to find a way to get an L on this game. But if they do, if somehow they're able to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory and take an L on this game by whatever direction they take the story, then future iterations of GTA might be affected. Maybe. Considering the amount of time they put between the releases now, there might be enough time where there's a whole new generation that comes up in gaming and they don't care. And they are able to overlook the flaws or failure of this game, and they're enticed by a new Grand Theft Auto. Basically enough time that it gets memory hold. But again, I don't think this game is going to fail. I think it's probably going to be a decent game, a good game. Is it going to be anything as generation defining as GTA 5? I don't know. Probably not. I think we're going to look back and think that that was probably the peak for this franchise. And I think this is going to be okay. And the thing is that this game only really needs to be okay. And people are going to accept it. Kind of saw this coming when one of the OG founders left, and Laszlo as well. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Pretty much all the studios that existed just even 10 years ago that made all the games, especially 20 years ago, that made all the games that you loved as a kid growing up and all that, the vast majority of those guys retired, dead, gone, formed a new studio, making indie games that are way better than whatever their old company was doing. I mean, look at Sandfall Studios. 30 actual developers, full-time developers. Most of them former industry guys from different places. And like the top people were all ex-Ubisoft devs who left the company to basically be like, hey, what if we made games that, we wanted to actually fucking play? I don't know. That might work. Seemed to have worked out well for them. So yeah. Most of the people that were involved in making the games that you loved as a kid or loved as a younger man, they're gone now. They're doing something else now. They're not with those companies anymore. Some of those companies have gone on to still make decent games. Some of those companies have fallen flat on their face. See Obsidian. The best Obsidian can do now is mid. Which is fucking wild. Obsidian used to make such good fucking games. Such rich story-driven games. And now the best they can hope for is mid. Doing games like Avowed and Outer Worlds. Basically putting out games where their repertoire at this point is games where you just keep telling yourself you're waiting for it to get good. When does it get good? When does it pick up? When does it get its identity? Entice me. Give me something of meaning. It's shallow. It's fucking wild to think that Obsidian, a game that, or a studio that's known for the depth in its video games, is giving me just a whole bunch of shallow, shitty games. Avowed has a lockpicking mechanic where you literally just collect lockpicks, And as long as you've got a lockpick in your inventory, you come up to a lock box or whatever, and you just hold X, and that's fucking it. That's it. Hold X and it just unlocks. What is the point? What is the point of that mechanic? And they said that they're going to make another Avowed. They're going to make another Avowed.
Hiya!
Why? The first one didn't sell enough to even justify its existence, let alone a sequel. It's stupid, man. Anyway, I don't know how we ended up on Obsidian and Avowed in such detail, talking about GTA 6. But, yeah, GTA 6 financially is going to be fine. It's going to sell the shit out of it. I'm still going to buy it because I'm part of the problem. And, I mean, look at this, man. Fucking Grace Randolph. Grace Randolph. If you don't know who Grace Randolph is basically a bag of cats that has been formed and animated by a witch to come to life and become a movie reviewer YouTuber. Like, I think she's a failed actress, by the way. I think that's a thing. But she is a movie reviewer YouTuber that basically exists to be made fun of by Nerdrotic. Like, that's her existence. Is getting trolled and ratioed by Nerdrotic. And she has some terrible movie takes. She also has some actually decent movie takes. And also, she's a wild, crazy leftist. Like, to the point where she says shit, and she doesn't realizing that she's proving the opposite point by saying the stuff that she's saying. Like, that kind of leftism. Like, ironically, like, soft racist, like, leftism. Like, that kind of field. But putting aside all that, even she, which I don't know how much of a gamer she is, because this statement is a bit, how do you do, my fellow gamers? But she was basically like, oh, GTA 6 is going to be $100, just like I thought it was going to be. And people came back and clapped back on her post that she made, which I don't even know when in her like live streams, because she live streams all the time, when she would say that when GTA 6 price would be brought up in her movie review live stream. Okay, but she said apparently that was going to be $100 at some point. Let's take that at face value. And people were clapping back at her saying like, no, it's actually $80. And she responded with this post saying, you guys are nuts. The regular edition of Grand Theft Auto 6 is clearly inferior. The game is $100. Then there's a discount version for $80. And she's right. The actual game is $100. The discount version with not all the stuff that should be in the game is $80. This is a rare Grace Randolph dub. Behold the rare Grace Randolph dub. And it comes off the back of video games, not even movies. But when even these people can see that this is some dumb shit, we got problems. So, yeah, she says that all the time. So, I'm not going to lie. It's difficult for me. Sometimes I want to say that. Sometimes I have to catch myself. I can't say that. I got to find something else to be filler. And I try not to use filler to begin with. When I took high school debate, one of the things that stuck with me from my debate training was they told me, they always taught us to become comfortable with silence. They said that it's better for you to, when you're speaking, just have dead air and silence than it is for you to fill it with a lot of ums and uhs and stutters, and it makes you sound less retarded just to have silence. And if you have to go ahead and apologize for the silence because you have extended amount of it after you get to what you're thinking about and what you want to say, that's fine. But like, it's better to have silence. Unless you're fucking the Quartering that has silence in his streams for like 5 fucking minutes and also does ums and uhs and stammers. And it's like, you're just bad at streaming. And when I mean you're bad at streaming, I mean you're bad at streaming. Like, his streams are as bad quality or worse than mine. That shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't have 1 million plus subscribers and be as bad at streaming as I am. That's retarded. A broken clock is right twice a day. I mean, I guess with grace. I mean, I break Grace's clock. She's got that insane Sex in the City thing going on. I like him just a little bit crazy. Just a little crazy. Just a little crazy with a hint of self-esteem issues. All right, so where were we? Yeah. Let's go now with fuck it. Let's do the other big one. Let's talk about Steam. Okay. So, take a swig of a zesty drink here. So, Shinobi 602 reports the Steam Machine official pricing. 512 gigabytes without controller, $1,050. Exposed. That's not the one I want. This is the one I want.
Try to relax your anus.
We're getting fucked here, boys. Like, $1,050 for a device that, if you go look at the components, is like a mid-tier gaming PC, low-end to mid-tier gaming PC. And like, you could literally, so Valve came out and they basically said, hey, the way we built the Steam machine is we just Googled, we looked up what were the most popular like individual bought PC parts for people's like individual rigs. And we literally just found out what those were, put them all together, boom, Steam machine. Why would I do that? Why would I buy a Steam machine for $1,050 when I could go to discount stores, buy those same parts, get those parts for discount online, and do it for, I don't know, $200 less probably? Have a gaming PC? Why wouldn't I spend a little bit more money and get a superior product in what's probably going to be the Xbox Project Helix? Now, the rumors out there is that the Xbox Project Helix, the Helix is going to be like $1,000 to $1,200 base unit. I think after these prices come out, $1,200 for the base unit is what we're going to look at. But performance-wise, the Helix is going to be top tier in terms of console PC hybrids, right? It's a gaming PC is what it is. These are branded gaming PCs. That is the direction gaming is moving now. Why wouldn't I spend a couple $100 more and get a device that's going to be newer with better performing components? That makes more sense to me. Especially with, if we look at here, the high end 2 terabyte plus controller bundle, $1,428. $1,428 for a console. There was a time where $428 was a console. An expensive console at that. $1,028. What? Just
Boy, that escalated quickly.
no one is going to want to pay this for a niche piece of hardware. And that's what this is going to become. A niche piece of hardware. It's the same thing. So like the Steam Deck, right? At the price it was at, fine, acceptable, good for its value. Bump up the price to where it is now, like $1,050. The low end of what a Steam machine is going to be. That's what a Steam Deck is, about $1,000, right? Why not spend like $50 to $100 more and get an ROG Ally? It's newer, has better components. It's literally the same thing that's going to happen to the Steam machine and the Helix. Let's put it out there. Let's just put it out there. Steam is getting cucked by Xbox.
Exposed, 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 exposed.
Steam's getting cucked by Xbox.
You're exposed. You are
It's all out there.
exposed, 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 exposed.
And here's the thing. The Steam machine is not going to be sold in most retailers. So I don't think the Steam machine is going to be in Xbox. Probably not going to be in Best Buy. Other places, wherever. The last Circuit City that's locally owned that's out there. Steam machine is not coming to any of them, I don't think. So, marketing-wise, normies are going to be oblivious to this. And price-wise, the normies that are aware of this are probably going to be priced out. Because at this point, they're going to buy a higher-end PlayStation 5 than they're going to buy this. Even though this would be considered next generation, right? So I don't think this thing is going to be end up very, very niche, and I don't want to say dead on arrival, but I mean pretty close. I don't see this thing flying off the shelves, and it's sad because it's so much potential to be a massive success within the gaming industry. And it just has no shot now. No shot because of the pricing. They couldn't get the pricing to... By the way, Moore's Law is dead. Originally, a long time ago, said that this console was going to be like, I think $425. He then adjusted after actually considering, the fucking cost of components to like $600, $700. I know, oh no, it's Alex said this thing was going to be probably like $700 to $800. Both wildly wrong. Try double that for the most part. It's fucking insane. And there's no way. There's no way. By the way, oh no, it's Alex has been getting fucking cooked, dude. Because he's been on vacation and he took the worst time. The worst time to go on vacation. And dudes are just lighting him up. They got the fucking... Let's see if I can find this. Let's see here. If I type in this. What the fuck is that? All right. No, I'm not getting anything. Okay. But basically there's people posting pictures, memes of him on like milk cartons and wanted posters and stuff like that, being like, missing, have you seen this man? Because he decided to go on vacation, and then right as he went on vacation for a couple days, this shit happens. And then, I mean, I did, this is relevant too because GTA, but I did my part here. RIP Steamcast guys mentions I did my part.
Exposed, 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 exposed. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed.
Yeah. He's getting absolutely. Here he posts himself. Wow, that was a great vacation. I'm sure nothing happened while I was gone for a few days. Just his fucking own editor. His editor's going in on him, man. Welcome back. They were saying foul things about you during your absence, but I played no part. Your ass is getting Why aren't you playing backyard baseball with your big Stimobile idiot play basketball? Sir, the new PoE. He's this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what. Oh man, Alex coming back from vacation. But yeah, man, it's been a fun time. Terrible time to choose to take a vacation. It always happens that way, man. You take a vacation, something happens. I'm sure as soon as my wife has our baby, probably later this week, maybe even tomorrow, something will pop off. Something massive will pop off. And then I won't be able to make a video about it or cover it or whatever. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Steam Machine, it just, I don't see it ever really popping off. Let's do, let me bring it up here. So let's talk some Supergirl numbers. Oof. So Supergirl released today, I think. And, yeah. Not good. %57%. Next week, both it goes away. Same week, Xbox goes under. Yeah, Xbox will get sold tomorrow, knowing my luck. Xbox will get sold tomorrow. And my wife will have our baby tomorrow. So I gotta sit there in the room, happy that my child is being born, but also sitting there being like, man, Xbox got sold, man. I don't really know how to deal with this. Like, oh man. If my wife has our baby tomorrow, I probably won't even be looking at my phone for the most of the day. So, but yeah, Supergirl. I mean, we kind of expected this, right? I don't think we expected the media to turn on Supergirl as hard as they have. Because let's take a look at some of these reviews. All right. This one here. Plenty of fun remains in effort, and switch to heavier villainy is welcome, but material can't quite master consistency, losing steam at the very important. It should be a tribe. I like how a lot of these positive Rotten Tomatoes are like also dogging on films. You ever notice that? 4 or 5. Millie Alcock and Jason Momoa shine. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. I heard Jason Momoa is in the movie for like 10 minutes. And also I heard Millie Alcock is awful. Like, Chris Gore, I think he was on Real BBC today. Chris Gore, or Nerdronic Neuter, something like that. Chris Gore was basically like, I know it's a meme. And it's kind of stupid. And people like fan cast it all the time that Sydney Sweeney should have been Supergirl and all that. But honestly, he was like, I think Sydney Sweeney could have done a better job acting as Supergirl than Millie Alcock. Like, that was a fucking indictment, dude. Like, I heard that she's not good in the part and that she's actually proven herself to be greatly miscast. It's funny because we have Millie Alcock and Jason Momoa shine in one review. The next review, very next review, Alcock throws around a medley of furrowed brows, sleepy glares, and insolent grins, much like my own teenage daughter, while hinting at a soulfulness that the movie directed by Craig Gillespie is barely equipped to tap. So one, hey, she does a great job. The next one, actually, she's pretty shit. So I don't know. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? That was Globe and Mail. I don't even know what was this one from. Black Girl Nerds gave it a 4 out of 5. Not surprising there. Joseph Robinson. Fish Jelly Film. What the fuck is that? Millie Alcock brings compelling humanity to Supergirl, even when the story lets her down. Supergirl is better than Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Okay. The Outside Scope coming after a studio-wide retcon following DC Studios' previous flick being almost subversive and transgressive by not being a political grim-dark melodrama about trauma. Supergirl feels like a so-so stowaway from a different DC universe. I mean, it feels different in that it's basically Gunn trying to do Guardians of the Galaxy again, but Supergirl. I mean, people are like, what's his name? Craig Gillespie directed this film. Okay, sure, yeah. He didn't actually direct this. James Gunn, if you just look at the film, James Gunn's fingerprints on all this film. Like the music, the aesthetic, the fucking comedy, the shitty, rebellious teenage nature. Like his fingerprints are just all over the movie. And not only that, the woman, like one consistent thing I'm seeing in all these reviews is that the story is dog shit. The actual written story is dog shit. And the funny part about that is the woman that they hired to write the story has 0 writing credits. She has like 1 writing credit that is a future like indie drama piece. Like romantic relationship indie drama piece that's coming out. And then I think like a few TV episodes here and there or whatever. And this is the only other big thing that she has in her on her reputation. So I'll admit, she is hot. If you go look her up, she is hot. And maybe Gunn pulled out the old Weinstein tricks. Maybe there was a little quid pro quo for her to get the job. Because I don't think she got the job on merit. By the way, this woman, again, 0 writing credits essentially to her, got to write Supergirl. She's also writing the story for Wonder Woman. The DCU is fucked. It's dead. I will say that Wonder Woman movie probably not going to happen. Because even though David Ellison has came out and said, and they met with James Gunn and all that, they're like, hey, yeah, James Gunn is our guy, blah, blah, blah. It turns out, I think this is according to Ryan Kinnell, or at least that's where I heard it from. Every like producer, every like executive or whatever was given a multi-year extension at Warner Brothers. But James Gunn and Peter Safran, I think, or something like that, the other guy that's working with Gunn to produce these movies, they were giving multi-month extensions. So it's a lot easier just to cut ties with them. So yeah, I don't think that this is going to... I don't think Gunn is long for this world in terms of movies. Yeah. I'm thinking that the DCU might be dead after Man of Tomorrow. Man of Tomorrow is going to have to make bonker monies, bonker buku bucks to justify the DCU. And the problem is that it has 2 stinkers that came before it in terms of just the movies. And I don't think anybody has any desire to go see it because of that. And they're doubling down, from what I hear, in the movie on the whole Kal-El, Superman was sent to Earth to, like, I don't know, impregnate all of the women, all of the human female, like start a harem and conquer Earth. Because in the movie, like, Kara's dad is basically like, oh yeah, your uncle who's crazy sent his son to like conquer Earth. Like, they're doubling down on that, which is a retcon that everybody hates. That is out of fucking nowhere. Because what actually happened was James Gunn watched a supercut of Invincible season 1 and was like, that's what I want my Superman story to be. And he's just stealing, he's just pilfering ideas from things like Invincible at this point. It's not good. And I don't think it's long for this world. I don't think the DCU is long for this world. If they're smart, if Warner Brothers is smart, if Paramount is smart, they will can the DCU and they will not make live action anymore. They will abandon live action for about 5 to 10 years. And they will go back to doing what DC did best, which is animation. By the way, if you haven't noticed, animation amongst adults, pretty popular nowadays. Anime is at an all-time height in terms of popularity. Adults are more comfortable with the idea of watching adult entertainment as animation. Whether that's comedy, things like Family Guy, fucking American Dad. I don't know why BoJack Horseman comes to mind, but BoJack Horseman, even though I heard that series is fuck ass. Rick and Morty, shit like that. There's the popularity of all that stuff. The comedy series, yes. But also, like, the idea of anime becoming more popular now. Because what happens is some of these live action projects like One Piece get off and they're good, or at least decent. Then people get interested in the anime and they start watching the anime, or the fact that Western content has become so shit that people are like, you know what? What does the East got? And they're watching anime now. And proliferation on social media of anime and anime clips and all that has become so wide that people are like, let's check out these animes, and they actually find out that they enjoy it. Either way, anime is becoming more popular. Not just Western comedy animation. And I think DC would be smart to capitalize on that and go back to making more adult-centric Batman shows. Cast Jason Ankles as the voice of Batman, by the way. It just makes fucking sense. He's too old to play Batman now. But his voice is still there. So cast him. Because you can't get Kevin Conroy anymore, unfortunately. But do that. Bro, a Batman anime? Can you fucking imagine? A Batman... Let me see if I can find this here. Because I remember seeing... shit. I know I have them saved on my phone. Let's see here. I don't think I'm going to find them online. But I remember I had pictures that I have saved of like an anime, like Batman characters done in an anime style, especially the villains, and they're fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. And we need it, dude. Done in like that 80s anime style, like printing money. It could print money. Do a fucking Superman show the same way. Like, and I know there's iterations of like Superman and all that already in television, and like My Adventures with Superman, that gay ass show or whatever. But they need to get back to doing good DC content as animation. And I think if they did that and they earned some of the trust and love of a new generation of fans with that animation and took 10 years off of live action, then come back to live action, I think that will work. I think long term that would work. That's the smart play. Are they going to do that? Probably not. They're probably just going to try to force down our throats one more iteration, one last ride, a third try at a live action DC universe, because third time's the charm, right? You're not burnt out on these characters yet. Even though we've had one iteration of the MCU and everybody's burnt out on that shit already. But superhero movies in general are kind of dead. There's still going to be superhero movies, but there's not going to be superhero franchises. You know what I mean? Those days are gone. And they're not coming back. Let's see here. There's... Maybe we'll talk about this. So one thing that is here for sure is video game adaptations. Because Shinobi 602 reports live action Sea of Thieves film in development by producer Destin Daniel. Shang-Chi and Spider-Man Brand New Day. So not a lot of fucking hope there. But isn't live action Sea of Thieves, from what I've seen, I've never actually played Sea of Thieves, but I've seen a lot of streams of it. From what I've seen of it, that's basically that's basically Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Am I retarded on that? With undead pirates and all that stuff? Like, why do we need a Sea of Thieves? Like, what? This is the thing. So Hollywood has taken away two really shitty lessons from the past, like, year or two. Which is that people want video game adaptations. That's the next sort of, like, IP farm to milk. That's the next sort of, like, field of IPs to farm, because they have a this is what Hollywood does anymore. They are scared to take risks on individual new ideas. They haven't done that since the fucking 70s or 80s. And what they do now, ever since the, like, at least the late 90s, early 2000s, is they find a field of IPs. It used to be novels, first off. It used to be novels, like novel series. Harry Potter, I think you could say, was probably the first one. The first big one. They find novel series that have established franchises, established fan bases. Then they convert those novels easily into movies by just adapting the novels into a script, and then make the world come to life, and then the fan base shows up. That's their idea, because they just put it on screen. Then it became comic books when people got tired of the young adult novels, essentially. Then, now that people are getting tired of superheroes and comic books, now they are adapting video games. This is the next field for them to farm. And it's a big fucking field too. Because video games, there's a broad and massive amount of ideas that are very wide in scope that they can milk fan bases from. So this could last them a whole lot. And they've been turned off of making video games into movies for a good long while. And it's because a lot of video game adaptations have flopped. And that's because gamers have a higher standard when it comes to being accurate to the product that exists already. Gamers are not satisfied to just see X character put on the screen. They want X character put on the screen and the story faithfully adapted, and the minutia details of the fucking armor of the character also faithfully adapted. And it's the reason why, if you make a show like the Halo show, it's going to get absolutely trounced online and made fun of, to the point where some people, some Halo fans actually, some people in the gaming sphere actually want the show to continue or be brought back, literally just to torture Halo fans. My boy Lethal Lightning. I want them to bring the Halo series back so bad just because I know it will trigger his autism and it will just make him rage and spurg out in anger and hatred. That will make me get my 7 chuckles for the day. And for that, it provides me enough entertainment to exist. That's why. It's exactly what I've been waiting for. But it's not going to because it's wildly unpopular. Borderlands movie was so great. Yeah, fucking Borderlands. I don't know why they aged up like every single fucking character in the Borderlands movie. Like they made every character 20 years older than what they were in that movie. That Halo TV show was also great. Yeah, we were just talking about it. But yeah, Borderlands. What is it? Haley Steinfeld, I think, played. What's her name? The girl with the fucking bunny ears in Borderlands, and she was like a teenager, or like in her like late teens when she made that movie. And by the time the movie came out, because it was in development and post-development hell for so long, she was like a full-grown woman that got married to what's his name? Quarterback of the Bills, Josh Allen. By the time that movie released, like she looked like a completely different fucking person. By the time that movie released, it was, bro, the amount of stuff that gets memory hold just because of how shit it was. But yeah, I don't see why we need a Sea of Thieves film, but we're gonna get one, and this is the lessons that Hollywood takes away. The lessons Hollywood has taken away now is that, hey, we are in desperation mode where we gotta take risks, so we're gonna take risks on these already established fan bases of video game franchises. And the thing is, when these video game movies hit, when the franchises hit, they're a gold mine, and we can make a ton of money off of them. We're going to have some flops here and there, but we got to take the risk on them, even though they're more risky than previous farms that we established for IPs. This is one of the lessons they've taken away in the past year or two. The other lesson they've taken away is make low-budget horror films. Just because Obsession and Backrooms have done really well, so now we're going to get just a slew of low-budget, shitty horror films slopped out to us. Not understanding that it's not combing the dark side of the internet and Reddit for creepypastas that is going to get people, and just adapting them is going to get people to show up to your movie. It's actually putting heart into your movie, actually trying, actually wanting to adapt and entertain people with the story you want to tell. Not just the fact that it's a horror movie that has a maybe slight original idea to it. That's not it. But this is the lessons they've taken away from it. So we have that. Yeah. I guess we'll talk about this real quick. I think I can't remember if I published this short already, but I have a short I made about this that if I haven't put it out yet, I'm going to. But so, from Pirate Nation, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney believes many new multiplayer games are struggling because players don't want to leave the friend group they have already built in games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, and Apex Legends. According to Sweeney, only massive hits that appear every few years can convince entire communities to move to a new game. He says this is one of the main reasons why recent multiplayer releases have flopped. To address this, Epic plans to make Unreal Engine 6 more interconnected. Nobody gives a fuck about that. The point here is that while this may play a little bit of a factor into it, and people, honestly, it's not the friend groups that they don't want to leave. It's the fact that they already have something that they enjoy and it works. and they've invested their time and money into. So they don't want to leave because of that. Sunk cost fallacy, right? Because these games are, here's the whole problem with this online service multiplayer model, is that you've turned the game into a storefront. So generally, what's the purpose of storefronts? Stores are meant to get you in the door and spend money. And the longer they keep you in the store, the more likely they are to sell you shit. So the whole purpose and marketing and desire of the store is to keep you in the store for as long as possible in the hopes to sell you more shit. They've turned these live service games into that. They're storefronts. The whole purpose for them is to hold your attention. This is the attention economy that they keep talking about, right? The longer you play the game, the longer you are on Fortnite, the more likely they are to sell you something. And that's their goal. And when you have so many games that are put out there that this is their model, and you already have big established, basically big box retailers. Fortnite is the Walmart of online service game storefronts. When you have those guys already established and you open your new one and you don't get enough people in immediately to justify the enormous cost of keeping the storefront up and running, because it's not just a game you produced, it's a storefront that is continuing to create and crank out content, which also costs money to produce, then yes, your game's going to fail. And people don't want to go to that new game because they've already spent money in the games that they're already playing. They already invest time into those games, and people have a finite amount of time that they can give. If you only play these kinds of games, you only have time in your day, a couple times a week probably, if you're adult that have access to cash to actually spend in these games, with a job and all that. You have time to play maybe one or two, probably in different subgenres. You play a little Apex, you play a little Fortnite also. You play like Call of Duty, but you also play a little bit of Overwatch or something, different subgenres. But you only got so much time. And you're not going to, if you have something you like already, you're not going to take the time away from that you like to go over to something is an unknown. Especially when those games, the people that do play them, earn a bad reputation right off the bat. Things like High Guard. Yeah, Dead in the Water. You have to be a wildly massive reputation success for your game store. Think about the finals, right? I think the finals still exist. People still play it. Never really took off massively in popularity. I'm honestly shocked that it's still around, and I think still having new content made for it. But never became something massive and ingrained in our culture. Why? Because its reputation when it released was, it's good. It's okay. That's not enough. That's not enough this day and age. It has to be that your game is over the moon good. The next big shit good. Reason why Marvel Rivals took off and became so massively popular and is now ingrained in our gaming culture, especially in the live service realm, is because it got a reputation for being very, very good. At least to the population of gamers that could be interested in that game. Because I would say that subgenre of hero shooter gamers is also kind of niche. It used to be broader, I think, back in the old school Overwatch days. Now I think it's kind of niche. And let's be honest, Marvel Rivals, a lot of their success hinged on the fact that they were a decent game, especially within their subgenre, and they leaned heavily into the goon. That combination is a combination of those two factors. Because just leaning into the goon does not mean you're going to get a massive influx of players. Look at First Descendant. That entire game is built around gooning. And no, it hasn't really brought in players. You got to have a good game. Sex sells. But does it keep you wanting to play the product? And those games are storefronts. Again, does it keep you in the door? And the answer is probably not. Concord? Yeah, Concord is another one. Concord is the one, to be honest. But yeah, that's the real problem with this, is that people have a limited amount of time, especially the people that already play these games and would be interested in more of these games. People have a limited amount of time. They've already sunk time and money into what they like. So why would they switch to something else? And those games have such bloated budgets and require such an immediate influx of cash that if they don't get people to come over them immediately, they're sunk. Also, they do nothing to try to court single-player gamers. The player versus environment elements of these games, they are essentially non-existent. And if they do exist, they're absolute shallow dog shit. It's sad that they don't try to give a more rich experience to single player gamers. Anyway, so that's kind of all the stuff that I had really to talk about topic wise. So now we're going to get into the doom scroll portion of the show. If you're not familiar, what we do for the last half hour of the show, whatever, is we literally just raw dog scroll through Twitter. No filter, just rolling through and react to some of the stuff that we see. Don't see a lot of, I know a lot of people when we think about doing this, they're like, oh, what if you see a titty? What if you put a titty on YouTube? We're not going to do that, all right? I don't think. Let me preface that. I don't think. Because you never know. Because you never know. But I don't interact with that stuff, on my main. Or really at all, to be honest, on X. So hopefully we're safe. We've been safe, pretty safe so far. So let's take a look. Let's see here. Oh, God. Off the bat. Let's full screen that. First off, zesty drink. Okay. Angry Badger. Our boy. Shout out to Angry Badger. Great guy. He's a real one. I think I got more in common with this dude than you would think. Both of us worked in the food industry, all that. Movie buffs, game buffs, all that. But he says here, well, The Flash is a better movie. Holy I don't know what to do with that.
Damn.
I don't know, man. Sometimes Twitter is wild. Hey, man. Hey, sometimes you just scrolling through your feed and you see a big booty transmission person that makes you question your sexuality a little bit. Okay, sometimes it happens. All right, we're not going to dwell on it. Okay, but anyway, back to Supergirl. Yeah, to say The Flash is a better movie. I usually agree with Badger's opinions. That's kind of wild. But I believe him. Also, the concept of a green sun that functions like kryptonite is fucking retarded. It was retarded in 1966, and it was retarded in Woman of Tomorrow comic, and it's retarded here. A green sun that... What the fuck? What the fuck is... I don't even know. Supergirl made me miss Rebel... Holy... What are we doing, boys? Real life fake wizard says Supergirl made me miss Rebel Moon. I don't care for Zack Snyder. Now I miss Zack Snyder. What the fuck are we doing? Holy shit, dude. Is it that bad?
What the hell is even that?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Okay.
Is it that bad? Like, what? Just for being wild statements. Alex says, doesn't matter what you say on Twitter. Your ass watches every video I post and even super chats me while I stream. Lies of PC. Relax, Alex. The vacation was supposed to help you calm down after hearing Greedy Gabe is overcharging more than PS5 Pro for a pre-build that's worse. I'm not going to lie a little bit. Alex is crashing out a little bit. He's crashing out a little bit. It's okay, though, because it's good entertainment. He wants to entertain. So oh, God. I don't know what that is. $80, $100. Well, honestly, that's one of the problems I run into Twitter more is edgy shit like that, trying to make jokes rather than like titties being out. But $80, $80 to $100 well spent. Thank you, Rockstar Game. Yeah, I mean,
Exposed.
see y'all on November. What the fuck is he saying? PS5 Ultimate. You've pre-ordered this. Why are dudes posting this? This is.
Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay?
This is a gay thing to do. Stop doing this. Stop posting that, oh, I pre-ordered Grand Theft Auto 6. Okay, cool. Why are you touting this? Why are you online being like, I got my tickets to see the movie? Nobody gives a shit. Like, stop. It's fucking weird. It's weird behavior. I mean, it's Nicola, so that makes sense, but like... Neurotic says, shocking news. Supergirl is ill-conceived intersectional gobbledygook. They double down on Jor-El, sending Kal-El to conquer Earth. It's a day where I agree with Grace Randolph. The end is nigh. Yeah. I knew, like, he's going to be there. What does Nasmer say? Yeah, fuck GTA 6, man. Raise standard price, locking game missions and stores for the deluxe 100-pound version. Shafting PC players, not releasing day one again. Yeah, that's another thing. It's not going to be day one on PC. I'm good, bro. I'll stick to my regulars and Godzilla when it comes out. I mean, I don't think Nasmar is a big GTA fan anyway, so it makes sense. Shout out to our boy Dirty Nas. Dirty Nasmer. This actually how it felt playing Witcher 3. Me getting bored at start. The greatest game of all time. Yeah, that's the thing about Witcher 3 is that Witcher 3 has some pretty amazing fucking moments that you got to slog through some early quests that aren't great. Velen is a hard opener in terms of the game. Because you're like, I don't want to fucking slog through this swamp area for so long. I'm going to be real honest with you. In replays of Witcher 3, even though I'm in like Velen or whatever, I grind low-level quests to level up a little bit more. And then I go directly to Novigrad and like I just experience the city and get some shit that I want, right? Customize my Geralt a little bit. Maybe do one or two low-level side quests there. Like I don't spend all the time. You'll go crazy if all you ever do is spend time in dark, low fantasy fucking Velen swamp. Kaden's problem is he didn't play Witcher 1 and 2. I mean, I guess Witcher 3 was my first Witcher game that I played, and even I knew it was fucking fantastic. And I went back and I played Witcher 2. I never played Witcher 1, but I know the story of Witcher 1 for the most part. I played Witcher 2. It was okay. It's one of those games that I definitely like. If I had played when it came out, I probably would have been more into it than I was going back and playing it after Witcher 3. I think one of the problems with Witcher 2 is that the marketing was really bad for it. I don't remember hearing anything about Witcher 2 when it came out. Nor was just from the cover and from how the game was like just marketed. None of it would make me want to pick up that game or think it was like something that was for me. An action like fantasy RPG experience that's for me. So, but going back, like playing it, it would have been something I was really into. I don't know why they didn't do a better job of marketing that game when it came out. Games aren't worth $80 for the most part, yeah. You know what's complaining about a $100 game? Get these peasants on my face. Yeah. This is the whole Pokemon, right? If you're a broke boy, just say so. Stupid motherfuckers. Like, it's always, bro, it's always these motherfuckers, man. It's always these dudes in hoodies with fucking flat bill baseball caps being like, oh, y'all broke motherfuckers. Like, yeah, I'm broke because I have responsibilities. I have a family. I have a job that requires me to like, I have bills and shit. What's the old Cat Williams joke? Where he's making fun of Michael Jackson. And he's like, Michael Jackson was up there climbing trees and shit, being like, don't you climb trees too? He's like, no, Michael, I got motherfucking bills. I'm working at a job. Don't let these people see Paradox DLC lists for their games. Listen, man. Listen. It's a problem, okay? I bought way too many. I am a pay pig when it comes to the expansion packs for Stellaris, okay? I have a lot of Stellaris expansion packs. I have a lot of Crusader Kings expansion packs, okay? I just bought the like Asia expansion pack for Crusader Kings 3, which I think is a 10-year-old game now, which is kind of wild to think of. But I just bought the Asian expansion, mostly because like the guys that made the Asia expansion mod for Crusader Kings, like they stopped fucking with that and they just let it go, stopped updating it and shit. I think because like, why would they? Now that there's an expansion pack that literally is doing what they're doing, people are just gonna buy that. Like, so yeah, I am a pay pig when it comes to those things. Okay, but it's what I get a lot of entertainment from it. I get a lot of enjoyment from it. I have an unreasonable amount of hours in Crusader Kings. Okay. Playing in North Korea mode, okay? If you don't know what that is, that's where you have it modded to where like you get no penalties for, or you increase your dominion to like 1,000 so you don't get any penalties for having a large dominion. And I just rack up a massive fucking dominion and my army's just like OP or whatever. And I'm just like, let's conquer the fucking world. And I do it that way sometimes. That is the scumbag way to play Crusader Kings, and I love it. I treat that shit like a sandbox. Do it all day, okay? I wish I could stream that, but no one would want to watch that. No one would want to watch that. No one would want to watch me slowly expand my empire and play in a sandbox, basically. I might as well stream like medieval, like fantasy map simulator. Also a fun game, by the way. It's more of a fantasy map simulator is more of a game than, say, mixtape. I'll say that. I'm right there. I'm right there with you. CK3, Stellaris, EU4, Victoria 3, EU4 and 5, etc. I got Laguna Franca on CK3. It was tiresome. I mean, I haven't gotten that one actually, but I slowed down on buying the DLCs just because like there's other stuff I want to buy too. But there's a few choice ones. Like, I know a lot of them are cosmetic, but I did get the Asian one recently just because the mod is essentially dead. I never got into Europa Universalis, just because I don't know. I like Crusader Kings for the whole like family tree dynastic system and like customizing your characters and stuff like that for the simulation aspect, and that's a little more gone to the wayside with Europa. And I know like you can actually link the games where your Crusader King save goes into Europa, so you can play from like that, like basically save that actual like character and storyline you had going into the next game, like historical period wise. But I don't know. It's Europa looks cool, but it's just like, I don't know. I've played other games that kind of take place during that time period. You know, I kind of fuck with Total War when it comes to anything beyond medieval. Yeah, so. And That reminds me that Sega is putting out Medieval Total War 3, which is about, I don't know, 1 to 2 decades late to the party, and people have already gone to things like Crusader Kings for their fix of medieval strategy. So, like, they spent way too many years focusing on fucking Warhammer and Shogun. So, yeah. Victoria 3. I heard Victoria 3 is a bit broken. Like, it's difficult to play. It's kind of like Hearts of Iron. What was it? Hearts of Iron 3? Yeah. Because you had Hearts of Iron, then Hearts of Iron 2, which was really good. I remember playing Hearts of Iron 2. Then Hearts of Iron 3 came out. And when it came out, people were like, it's basically unplayable. Like, it's a jumbled mess. And then they released Hearts of Iron 4. And Hearts of Iron 4 was basically like, what if we took Hearts of Iron 3 graphically and we just overhauled the entire mechanics of the game to where it wasn't shit anymore? And that's Hearts of Iron 4. And there's a lot of expansions for that as well. But yeah, I mean, it was it's a fun time. I mean, the world of strategy games, man. I know I'm talking about stuff that like Jack of all casuals and maybe like 5 other people are probably gonna like understand and appreciate, but within that niche market of gaming, strategy games, like there's a lot of money that those guys make because the fan base is loyal and we like the expansions. And the expansions are typically pretty good quality. And even when they're bad expansions, most of the time you buy them. Because they add something that you probably like. I would also conquer CK3 before the Asia expansion and World Conquer EU4. My brain was fried for weeks. Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time, man. It's a lot of hours. People don't understand. You don't understand unless you play. We are artistic as fuck with Paradox. Yeah. And Paradox, you want to talk about monopolies in the gaming industry. Paradox fucking has the monopoly in strategy games right now. It's like Paradox and Sid Meier's with Civilizations, and like, that's it. Like, there's some other guys too, but like, smaller players. Like Total War, like I just said. But Total War is almost its own genre, the way the mechanics work and all that. And yeah, Hearts of Iron 4 is the one game from Paradox I haven't touched. It's decent. I haven't played it in a fucking long time, but it's probably a whole different game from what it was when I last played it, because they've added expansions to it if you want to dabble that add unique like historical trees and upgrade trees to every country in the game, playable faction and country in the game. And you can play as any country. It's not like previous Hearts of Iron games where you can only play as like certain big players. You can actually play as smaller countries in the game as well. And like I said, they have expansions for specific technology and development trees for those countries that they've introduced as time has gone on for the game. And also, it's the first time they kind of delve into the idea of alternative history, like specifically pushing alternative history, because you could always kind of do alternative history in Hearts of Iron, like the Soviet Union and the Nazis like becoming allies and play it that way. And then you conquer the world like that. That was always like kind of a possibility going back to even Hearts of Iron 2. But Hearts of Iron 4, they really get into that because you have specific like decision like tree or like historical decision tree where like based upon the the decisions you make down that path and choices you make does radical shifts in your government that leads to complete change. So like you can restore the Weimar Republic, right? You can restore the old like Empire of Germany. Or like in the UK, right? You can choose to restore the Empire of Britain. So that like the king is not just your figurehead anymore. He is like the complete leader of your country. The faction head, right? It's really fascinating, actually. I haven't played it in a very long time, but it's definitely, I would recommend you do it. The thing about Hearts of Iron is always that it's a building game, is what it really is. Because you have to, the vast majority of your time in the game, hours upon hours upon hours, is just building forces, preparing for war, gearing up for the war. And then you launch an attack, and it's like the end of like of the 1812 overture, where everything just happens at once. And you're off to the races. Almost like the inverse of Civilizations. Civilizations is like you're off to the races from the fucking get-go. And like that's kind of why I don't like Civilizations, is that I feel like it's just a technology race. Like you're continuously just racing to the next technology, and there's no like break to let the time periods breathe. And it feels like the time periods move way too fast. By the way, Humankind, the alternative, right? That bombed, I thought, hoping when I bought it, they were going to fix that problem and be different, but they're not. Same fucking problem. But yeah, that was the strategy game rant of the show. You don't get rare strategy rants. You don't see a lot of those anymore. So content is locked behind the Ultimate Edition of GTA 6. Doesn't matter. The game is going to sell no matter what. I mean, he's not wrong. The game is going to sell. Toxic Commando is now up to 25% off for July. I saw Mazza playing this game, and I think the rest of the Gronkin guys, him, Cream, and Lethal, and they said it's very mid. Their opinion was it was very mid. And it's short, from what I heard. All this GTA 6 news is hilarious. It's like they're trying to test every single thing they can get away with. $80 single player only. What's fucking wrong with that? It's GTA 6. Like, GTA Online is going to exist, buddy. Multiplayer, a separate charge. That's kind of just expected. It's GTA Online, like I just said. Download codes only. Yeah, you don't own the game. Yeah, that goes along with those two things. Pay $20 more for the full game. This guy, this account, he's like a fucking right-wing MAGA gamer, bullshit, all that. A lot of this, he just repeated the same thing over. Like, what the fuck is... more being like, why are you a broke boy? It's funny when incels act like they couldn't cream their pants if Millie Alcock or Rachel Zegler gave them the slightest hint of positive attention. Here's the thing. I think legitimately Millie Alcock is an attractive like girl. Bad photo of her. The problem is that she shows up ugly wasted to so many fucking premieres where she's getting her picture taken. Like, it's going to take a toll on her eventually. By the way, I don't get it. What's up with these young British actors and like having a drinking problem? Because I think she might have a drinking problem. And just the same way that like Tom Holland had a drinking problem. Very clear. Admittedly so. So I don't understand. And Rachel Zegler, like, I don't know. Terrible person, by the way. So I have a confession to make. there's going to be some people in my life that I know that are not going to be happy with this statement. But I am not that attracted to Latinas. I'm just not. Not big into the brown women. It's not. I like them exotic. Exotic for me. And exotic for me is pale. Pale and blonde. Blonde, nah, but pale. That's why my wife looks like a sheet. She looks like a ghost, okay? Like very pale, all right? That's the way I like them. I like the white chocolate, all right? I'm into the sweet. I'm into the sweetness of it, all right? Real talk, though, I do like white chocolate. I like the actual white chocolate that you eat. I'm just not. I've never been into. I don't know. I've never been into Latinas, man. I mean, it's not my thing. I kind of just like white women. That's it. There are exceptions, definitely exceptions. Any man that says he's not attractive to, like, Sofia Vergara or Eva Mendes, like, that is a gay man. You are gay. Lethal will be heartbroken. I know. That's why I said some people are going to take issue with that. But you know what? And that's exotic to him because he's the whitest of white boys. But, you know, PlayStation always what the fuck is Porter Rock saying? Legitimate 80-year-old retard here. Like legitimate 106-year-old retard. How to trigger Xbox fanboy. Show him this. Sony has reposted it plays best on PS5 ad for Grand Theft Auto 6 after correcting the game's logo and removing the disk drive from the PS5 shown. So I guess that's why they had to, because they were implying that you could play Grand Theft Auto on it comes on a disc. Okay. Who cares? Like, play it on whatever you want to play it. Like, call me an edgelord, but I won't be buying GTA 6. I wonder for GTA Online if they're going to charge separately for it, or if we are to believe DACA, whatever the fuck, that's true, or perhaps make it into a subscription service like World of Warcraft. I think that, I mean, I'm surprised it's not already, that they're going to make GTA Online its own thing, its own subscription, and they're going to fold the old GTA Online with a new GTA Online, and it'll be like Overwatch 2, you know? It'll be GTA Online 2. 2 GTA, 2 Online. All right. Leave that multi-billion-dollar company. You had 13 years to save 100. Yeah. The movie must be pretty mediocre if every revealed thumbnail is someone looking like they're about to shit their pants. Dude, look at this. Jeremy Johns and fucking Grace Randolph. These two fucks, I don't know who they are. And everybody's like, this movie is ass. When everybody says your movie is ass, your movie's ass. When Angry Badger is saying that The Flash, which is considerable dog shit from what I've heard, I never saw it, is better than that. It's seek Jesus. That's all I'll say. We had to get one. Oh yeah, the Fleshlight cup. These cups look like, they really do. They look like male pleasure devices. Put it that way. What the fuck is his deal with Superman? Yeah, Angry Joe Angry Joe has been losing. Watching Angry Joe try and say Grand Theft Auto price point isn't bad. What a Hey. Harmon Smith had a good take, guys. It's funny too because like Harmon Smith is, I don't know what it is with like Nintendo fanboys, whether it's the absolute delusional people like Harmon or whether it's D-Day Cobra Because love Jeremy, love D-Day Cobra, Cobra Cast, love fucking Geeks and Gamers, all that. He's a Nintendo fanboy. He's a Nintendo. No matter how much he's like, I criticized Nintendo on this one specific thing once. No, you're a fanboy. You're a Nintendo fanboy. Just like Oh No, It's Alex is a fucking Steam fanboy, right? Even though he criticizes Steam sometimes, his content overwhelmingly leans positive on Steam. Geeks and Gamers content leans overwhelmingly positive on Nintendo. But it's funny that I don't know what it is about Nintendo fanboys, but they tend to be way more into the anti-woke realm than other like fanboy gamers. PlayStation fanboys, massive lefties. The majority of them, from what I've seen. Which is very low IQ, I think. By the way, Angry Joe, like he went in on neurotic, like, where is it? Let's take a look here. God, this fucking, I made one reply, which actually that might be the last thing we take a look at. What the fuck? All right. Let's just go to my... I gotta go. Okay. Here we go. Scrolling. This was a post that James Gunn made, by the way, real quick. Get your tickets for Supergirl today in theaters. And it's this short here. Millie Alcott and David Cornsweet. Also, Cornsweet Superman in the movie for like 10 minutes. The perfect movie to watch in theaters, in quotes. This is from at JGK1M on Instagram. And the only JGK1M I can find on Instagram is some like Asian influencer chick. Nobody else. Like, which is why I said right here, the perfect movie to watch in theaters. Some random fuck on Instagram. Because that's all it is. It's a quote from a random fuck on Instagram. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean it. Why are we doing this? So anyway. Oh, where is it? Fuck, we're scrolling down. Here it is. Joe Vargas. LOL, my tweet triggered Nerdrotic so much he had to make a video. Yet blah, 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 blah. Dude, this guy, he made a tweet trying to clap at Nerdrotic. He does this all the time. Hanging on to Nerdrotic and a beef with Nerdrotic over politics more than actual content. Hanging on to it for relevancy. And Nerdrotic and the rest of the crew in the anti-woke sphere, they look at it and they laugh at him, which they should. He's a fucking clown. And then he posts this and he's like, my tweet triggered Nerdrotic, blah, blah, blah. By the way, if you open a tweet with I triggered so-and-so and then you write a fucking essay intro, you're the one that's triggered, fam. You're the one that's triggered. And this whole thing here, brother, what? Stop lying about me to your audience, Gary. It's all very notice me senpai coded. It's all very notice me senpai. He wants the he wants the beef. He wants the attention. He wants the clicks. He wants the rivalry because he's got nothing. He's got nothing to hang on. He's a guy who made his career off of criticizing content, off of criticizing video games and movies, and now he's become a fucking shill. He doesn't even have the decency to be someone like fucking Synth Potato in the gaming industry, where he's just an industry plant that's been a shill from fucking day one. It's fucking... AJ living in Austin really drank the Kool-Aid. Listen. You don't want to live in these massively liberal cities. They will rot your brain. That said, the retard was always within him. See, there's an inner retard in all of us, okay? And we got to fight it. Okay? We got to fight it. We got to push that shit down. You got to push that shit down. Fight back. Clap back against the inner retard. And keep our wits about us. Have our actual opinions. Do some research. Understand some shit. See how things link into other things and interconnect and interweave and blah, blah, blah. I don't mean we have to become fucking Madam Savvy with our Pepe Sylvia conspiracy theory boards. But we have to keep our wits about us, okay? And Angry Joe just has not done that. But anyway, yeah, he fucking full on crash out. And then where was it? We're going to do... Let's take a look at this. Bro. So, it all starts here. Asmongold made a tweet. Or not a tweet. He made a statement. Asmongold made a statement. He says, and this is according to Dexerto, Asmongold says he's more interested in video games than sex. Girls are nice, sure, but I really like video games. That's my favorite thing to do. Okay. I see where you're coming from. And, you know, like, when it comes to time invested, right? You're probably just on average investing more time into video games in your life than actually, like, banging. That's just the nature of it, right? If you're spending that much time banging, first off, how? What is your secret? And secondly, that sounds like too much power to handle. You need to chill out. That's literally putting your dick on the pedestal, okay? Like, chill out about that. But he made that statement. Gets reposted by Tectone. Tectone, gaming streamer, all that. Massive within the Twitch realm. And, you know, he's been on Geeks and Gamers. He's very MAGA, very pro-conservative, you know, conservative values, all that shit too. He says that people believe video games are better than sex because Prawn, we'll still keep it there, Prawn has ruined their minds. Sex isn't about fucking hard, getting sloppy, and busting. It's about deepening the relationship with the person you're going to love and spend the rest of your life with. Horror culture ruined sex. Okay. That's got merit. I agree with that. But also, there's this thing called compartmentalizing. Maybe guys don't do... I would think guys do a pretty good job of it. And maybe it's because the male species has difficulty with impulse control. But I, being a person who suppresses the inner retard, right? Like we were just talking about, I, for one, understand and know that the prawn I watch is not stuff that can be carried into the bedroom. Is not stuff that is realistic. Separate, right? Understand first off, know your limits. Every man must know his limits, okay? There are limitations to what you can do based upon your size, your athletic ability, just your overall stamina, and all of that of your partner. So know your limits. Secondly, know what is right and what is justified. And situationally. If it's hot and heavy, you can say, let the spit fly. You know. If it's your first time with somebody and you do that shit, you deserve the whack that you get. Because you're going to get whacked. And you deserve it. He never leaves his house. How would he know? Listen. Jack of all casuals. It's 2026, bro. You don't have to leave your house to get the lady to come over. Especially if you're making Asmongold money. Especially if you're making so much money that like you're getting taxed to shit and you owe so much in taxes, and then you go on fucking Caleb Hammer and he's like, oh, you probably owe this much in tax. You probably like make this much money based upon how much you owe in taxes. And you're like, it's actually more. And then he's like, well, how do you only pay so much in taxes? And then you have to backtrack and be like, well, actually, you know, but it's because you're, you know, like probably committing tax fraud. I don't know. Just speculating based upon what I saw. But yeah, the old hot and crazy graph. Yeah. It's more of available and affordable graph. But yeah, generally I agree with this, but also, you're in charge of your own mind. You're in charge of your own behavior. So know that. And also, what I notice here is that Asmongold says this, but Asmongold, which is kind of a sus statement, right? I prefer video games to banging women. But he's also the dude who said that like he thinks men on average are more attractive than women. Put those things together, sounds kind of gay, you know?
Why are you gay?
So I just said, Asmon also doubled down on the idea of dudes were more attractive than girls, which is sus. Now, Tectone could have said nothing. He could have said nothing to a man with 350, less than 360 followers. I'm still following more than I have followers. That's pretty low. I'm a fucking nobody on Twitter. And yet, by the way, sometimes these big accounts feel a need to reply to me. I don't understand. Just leave me alone. Like, you can just ignore me. I don't understand why they feel compelled to reply. But he replies, the average man is more attractive than the average woman. He is correct. Why do you think makeup is in the vast majority promoted to women only? Well, this part of your statement as a qualifier kind of negates the second part of your statement. Also, what is the old joke that women make? Which is that beards are makeup for dudes. Because how often do we see a dude shave his beard, go clean shaven, and he's got no chin. He's got no jaw structure. or he's fat as fuck. Why do you think I have a beard? I mean, the truth is I have a beard because I kind of like my beard, and my wife really likes my beard. I actually didn't have a beard sometimes when we first got together, but she liked my beard and wanted me to grow it out. My wife would love me to have a full mountain beard. That's what she would really want. But she likes my beard. That's the big reason why I keep it. But also, one of the main reasons why I keep it, double chin. I'm a fatty, okay? I got the chubby face. Even when I was fit and fairly skinny, I wear a lot of my weight on my face. Just how I'm built, genetically, unfortunately. So even then, I had a slight double chin. Just the way I am. So I use the beard to accentuate my jawline. Look squarer. Which women argue is makeup for dudes. Beards are makeup for dudes. Make them look more square, more handsome. And people will also argue this in replies. And he gets, I'm going to be real honest, he gets pretty fucking, yeah. Yeah. It's 2026. You can just say you're gay. I'm bi. I don't even agree with this. Very gay take. Multiple failed long-term straight relationships. Ex say he's afraid of vaginas. Thinks men are more attractive. Just say you're gay, bro. It's 2026. Nobody with a brain gives a fuck. And then you don't have to play this silly little game. Yeah, like, oh, you're gay? Breeze. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's be fair. Fucking scroll up. There we go. All right. Let's be fair. He ratioed the fuck out of me, but he should ratio the fuck out of me. Scott Steiner. He's fat. Yeah, I mean, I am. I need to lose weight, man. I seriously need. Last time I weighed myself, I was 245, and I'm like 5'8", 5'9". So yeah, I need to lose weight, and I can lose weight. It's just streaming and making videos and all that, on top of being a dad and a full-time job and all that, tends to take up a whole lot of your time. Enough of your time that you want time to do recreational stuff so you don't go insane. And if I use that recreation time to work out instead, probably minor depression I would enter into. And I would be sore at work, and I have a fairly physical work. And yeah, that would be difficult. Eventually, I will probably get back into working out. Probably this year, actually. Probably the next month or two. We'll see. And I mean working out regularly. I still work out, but it's like, I don't know, 1-2 days a week. Just so like I don't feel fat. Because if I don't work out like at least like once a week or so, like I'll feel fat. I'll feel gross. And I don't want to do that. But yeah, I don't know why he replied to me. I don't know why he did that. Because like he could have just said nothing. You could just say nothing. You could just not interact and not have a legion of people call you gay. And to be fair, again, he ratioed the fuck out of me. And he should ratio me. He's way bigger than me. Probably way more entertaining. But he also got a legion of people calling him gay and roasting him in his you didn't have to say anything. You could have just let it go. Like, I'm a fucking nobody. Why did these people feel like it's like when I got Rakeda to basically admit that he did cocaine on a Twitter post. By the way, I'm blocked by him now, probably because of that. Caused him some legal troubles. Because I guarantee that was like all over fucking LawTube. I had my fucking name being blasted on fucking Legal Mindset. And it's like you could just not reply. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for tonight. We had a pretty good show tonight, I think. Cover some good topics, some important topics in the gaming and entertainment realm. We learned that Tectone might be gay. Asmongold, even more so, might be gay. That's the last thing we learned. We learned that Millie Alcock is terrible as Supergirl, apparently. And Supergirl is worse than the Flash, according to some. We learned that the pricing for GTA 6 is stupid, and it's still going to sell a ton. We learned that the pricing for the Steam machine is even more stupid, and it's probably not going to sell any. Yeah, so we covered a lot today. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. If you're catching on the VOD, really appreciate it if you made it this far. We will be back maybe tomorrow with a gaming stream. We'll see. Lots I got to do tomorrow, and who knows, baby might drop tomorrow. So if that happens, then I'm going to be gone for probably a good long while. We're talking no content for probably like 3 days plus. I don't know. You'll find out in a post if that happens. But if nothing does happen, maybe a stream tomorrow. Definitely more videos, shorts, all that shit. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show tonight. We will talk to you again later. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Hit the hype button because that always helps out. And yeah, talk to you again later. Have a good night and see ya.